Welcome to Karpool with Kirsten, brought to you by Fame Club, the show Extraordinary Women Share Extraordinary Stories. The internet thinks that my guest today is an influencer trying to act, but that's wrong. She's an actress who just happened to go viral first. Ukrainian-born, South African raised, and Dubai made. She was writing plays before she could properly write and on a real stage by the age of 16. 2020 lockdown hit and she picked up her phone, and about 1.4 million people decided that she was the funniest woman in the region. Pepsi, L'Oreal, and Sephora, all of them called, and she answered. Now, she's not waiting to be casted. She's writing, producing, and directing. My guest today is none other than Vlada Bulhakova. Vlada, welcome to the Karpool.
Hi.
I'm so happy that you could be with us here today.
Thank you for having me. Super excited. Love the car.
Love you.
Matching the interior.
Okay, first of all, not your local Habibi. Where did that come from?
Wow, that's such a long time ago. It just came from comments because I wasn't revealing my identity initially to the social media. And I just kept on receiving comments about people, debating where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to have this long, dark, almost black hair, and I would do my makeup almost Middle Eastern. I was inspired. And a lot of my comments were like, oh, she's Middle Eastern, this. And then somehow they started calling me local because I was living in Dubai. And then I kept on replying, no, I'm not local. And then, so it just came like that, not your local Habibi.
And then you were like, okay, I'm just going to make one announcement and
Yeah.
everyone's going to know after this.
Yeah. So, I mean, the username was a pretty big announcement.
Okay, but wait, eventually you start speaking about where you came from. Ukrainian born, South African raised.
Yeah.
And then Dubai made, obviously.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your childhood and about your experience in Ukraine and in South Africa?
Yeah. I mean, I left Ukraine when I was still a baby. I was 9 or 10 years old. And, Ukraine used to be really nice. My family was there and my friends were there. Everything was there. And then we moved. So, I just have really good memories from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing food. And then we moved to South Africa. And I lived there until I was 19. And also really amazing country, amazing food, amazing people. Obviously, the crime... Yeah, there.
We won't speak about that.
Yeah. But overall, it was a great experience.
And then obviously you relocated to Dubai,
Yeah.
and that's when everything kind of changed for you.
Yeah.
But even when you were in Ukraine and you were in South Africa, you were really fascinated by theater and performing.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, you were writing plays before you could properly write words.
No, I wasn't writing plays.
Okay.
I was acting them.
Oh, okay. So mom and dad watched I Shall Be the Star.
Yeah.
Okay. And then,
Ever since childhood, I would literally put people. I tell them sit down, and I would just do something.
and then it's watch me.
Yeah.
So I guess that was kind of when you knew that you're on the right track now with everything that you're doing. You're I was born for this.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
And then obviously when COVID hit, 2020 lockdown, the whole world stopped, but you started. That's when you found TikTok, right? And that's when you blew up. So what made you decide, okay, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to start filming myself, I'm going to make content?
Actually, I used to be a very private person my whole life. Well, before. I didn't really have social media. And I used to love acting. And when I came to Dubai, obviously there wasn't many opportunities for that here. And then I had a friend who actually told me, she was like, why don't you start posting on TikTok? You can do acting, you can do acting skits. And I downloaded TikTok, and then I was like, okay, let me give it a go. And then again, initially my account was private, and I was just testing the waters and seeing okay, what can I do here? And then I liked it.
And then you just blew up.
Yeah.
I think that, how did you feel when you actually saw the first video go viral?
I was so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. because it boosts your dopamine to post more and
Yeah.
do more videos, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Should I tell you a little story about my TikTok experience?
yeah,
So 2020 lockdown, I was already living with my ex-husband, and one of the rules, I mean, I was in an extremely controlling like marriage, but one of the rules that I wasn't allowed any social media. But I was bored during lockdown. And I was like, who's going to watch these videos? So I'm just going to make TikToks, right? I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, no one will find this account. Like, it's just me having a good time. One day I woke up and one of the videos went viral.
oh my god,
And I just saw so many thousands of followers, so many thousands of views and likes. And I panicked and I deleted the account on the spot.
oh no,
Yeah. Looking back now, I'm like, why did you do that?
Oh,
You could
no.
have been a star. But I just panicked and I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. So I just deleted it.
yeah,
But I know the feeling of like, but I think if I was in your shoes, I would have been a lot more excited about it. But I mean, also putting yourself on social media, it also comes with a bit of like
a price.
yes, the negative comments, the social shaming, the body shaming, the mocking, everything. How do you deal with the trolls online?
Yeah, I mean, I used to really care initially when I just started, because when you get hate altogether, and the cancel culture and everything it's
very bad.
It's very bad, and a lot of people seem to be on trend with it somehow. So initially, it used to affect me, and I would get upset, and I would, sometimes feel demotivated to do anything.
Yeah.
And then, I have a rule that I don't really read the comments, and I don't care. I stopped caring.
Yeah.
Because I have my agenda. I do what I have to do, and some people will like it, some people will don't like it. So just I stopped caring about what negative stuff people have to say.
I love what you just said. Like you just stop caring because some people like it and some people don't. And I feel like that's a lesson that a lot of women struggle to learn. Like you're not gonna make everyone happy. You're not gonna please everyone. But as long as you make yourself happy, that's all that matters in life. And the faster you learn that, the easier life becomes after that.
Yeah. We have a saying in Ukrainian, Russian. It's like you're not gonna raise your children with those people, so why do you care?
Love this. Love that.
So who cares? Just do what you want to do. Like have fun with it, and
just let them be. Just let the haters hate.
Yeah.
But you didn't let the haters hate and get away with it. You fed into the narrative brilliantly, might I add. We spoke about this earlier.
Yeah.
The 50-50 viral reels that you started creating on a piece of cardboard that just blew up all over the internet. Tell us about where that came from, the concept of it, and how this impacted your life.
So obviously I was doing what would I call this type of content? Rage baiting content.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite type of content.
I love this.
And I would always do something about men and financial situations and everything, because that would be the videos that would get the most reactions. And I realized like, okay, so just go in this lane. And in my viewership, there were a lot of people that were from Europe or US, and men, especially when they were watching my videos, they would comment things like, no, actually, you should do everything, and men will not, it's like they were trying to do the reverse psychology on me. And then I just thought it was really funny, and then I would just make a video of that. So that's why I was like, I don't do 50-50.
Yeah.
So,
And then were you met with any negative comments after that, obviously? Because I mean, rage baiting, you expecting that type of feedback from the people that you try to infuriate.
Yeah.
Did they give it to
Actually, it was much better than I thought.
you? Really?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people that actually, even men, they were finding it funny. So actually, I didn't get a lot of rage bait on that. People liked it.
So it backfired. I was trying to infuriate them and they actually liked me more.
Yeah, and I mean, the fighting was only in the comments between people.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, was
Okay.
really directed at me.
But in terms of 50-50, is that how you feel? Like, as in you
For
don't.
sure.
I mean, why should it go?
For sure. I mean, we are, first of all, we do a lot of things, right? I'm not a person that says like, no, don't do anything and just sit in your home and like totally rely on the man. No, I would never say that. You should never actually fully depend on
Yeah.
a person. You should have your career, you should have a hobby, you should always have a financial cushion for yourself as a woman. But if you are with a man, then for sure you have to rely on him and he has to provide for you. And obviously there's two-way street, but if you are with a man, he has to take care of
So, who pays the bill on a date?
the man.
Exactly. You know what really infuriates me is that I love when I hear like, oh, why should we like pay the whole bill? Like, and we both enjoy it. Okay, but how much did your makeup cost in order?
Oh my god, yeah.
Your nails, your hair.
He just took a shower, he got dressed, and then he came. Like, it took him 10 minutes. It takes us 2 hours.
Yes. My time, my
Yeah.
electricity, my hair, my. Oh, we're gonna get. I know the comments for this video. Put it. I can sense it. But I mean, it is. We put in
It's
a lot
true,
of effort.
Yeah.
How much are we spending to go on this date?
It costs more than that meal.
Exactly. It's the
Seriously.
least that you can do.
Yeah. And then we have to, as a woman, you have to sit there, you have to be supportive, you have to listen. And it's also mentally exhausting.
Yes, yes. And sometimes also the quality of people that you have to go on
Yeah.
dates with or that you happen to go on dates with.
Yeah.
It's like, I know.
Yeah. No, I have a rule, if you don't like somebody, for example, you go on a date, right? And the date is not going well.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yes.
Just go.
Yeah.
Get up and go. Nobody's forcing you to sit there. Nobody's forcing you to listen. Just go.
But I feel like a lot of people, or women, we stay because it's out of our first
Respect.
Yes, that's our first thought, like our first principle. Whether a man would be like, it is what it is, but a woman is like, we always need to be respectful, we always need to be courteous, we always need to be kind, we need to think of other people. So like us just excusing ourselves and say, actually, this is not for me, and walking away, like it's not something that's become normalized yet.
Yeah.
And it should be.
You can be kind, you can be everything, but you can also still care about yourself and your mental well-being. So,
Yeah,
just always
boundaries.
have boundaries.
Yeah.
If a person is respectful back to you, if they are, kind and everything is going well, then sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are seeing that you're not being reciprocated the same way, then you don't have to take that in.
I mean, also in terms of being a public figure, you get a lot of attention. You want to talk about your little dating life, your love life? Is there anything that we can share?
No.
Damn it.
I try my best, guys.
Okay, moving on swiftly. Let's talk about your acting career.
Cool, let's do it.
What can you tell us about #Slay?
Slay. So Slay is a feature film that I've been working on for 2 years. It's been a long journey. I mean, obviously, as I've mentioned before, I've always been into acting. And ever since I've started my social media, I've been kind of my own little producer in my bubble. So I've been the director, I've been the producer, everything together. And then, obviously, my team started to build.
Mm-hmm.
My team was being built.
Yeah.
And I realized that I could do this on a bigger scale because, I've already done this daily, basically with my social media and everything. And I had this idea that came to me, like, how ideas come to us content creators or, creative people. You're just sitting there and it just comes to your mind. And you're like, okay, I have to write that down. So I've had this idea, and initially I thought to myself, like, okay, I'll just write it down. I'll find somebody who can do a screenplay for me, and I'll just do casting of. I'll film the film. I thought it would take like 3 months. Seriously, when I started like big as Cap, I thought I would just get it done in 3 months.
Yeah.
That's it. I have a movie. 2 years later, I just finished filming an official trailer. So I'm super excited about that. The movie is a comedy thriller, so it's like a satirical murder mystery. The log line for it is when a billionaire mogul dies in an influencer's pool, a whole social media frenzy goes crazy about the situation, and the influencer's life itself starts to unravel with secrets of her and the people around her. And yeah, I think that's as much as I can say.
I mean, it gives away a lot. So I love this. Because also I love those types of movies. I like when you're on the edge of your seat trying to figure out like who did it.
Yeah. I mean, this is what my team and I have tried to do, like best to our abilities. Even when I was reading the script, I'm telling you, I didn't know who the killer was until the last minute. Yeah. So it's like, it's really that good. You're sitting and you're almost convinced that, okay, that's the killer.
Yeah.
And then just something happens and you're like, how? You know?
And then you're like, surprise.
Yeah.
But how was that? Like the filming process for you? Like, I mean, 2 years is a long time. That's a lot of commitment. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that, how was that process for you? Like when the final result was there, were you like, oh, it's so worth it?
I mean, definitely it's worth it. In the 2 years, there were so many times where I was like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Am I, because a lot of things kept on falling apart. And even the last minute when I thought like, okay, I can get filming now, something would happen. And I'd be like, no way. And it just happened for 2 years constantly. And every time I would pick myself back up, it would fall apart again. And then I thought to myself, okay, maybe that's God's redirection. Like maybe I'm not meant to do this. But then I've always had this passion for obviously what I do. And I just believe in I believe so much in this idea that I thought to myself, there's no way that it's not for me. So I just kept on pushing. And I had one last push. And the filming was really just to see it with your own eyes that, okay, you have this big team and everybody's working and everybody is bringing your screenplay to life. It was amazing.
I mean, I think it's really special to see like your dreams come true.
It really is. Yeah. Especially like after struggle, you were like, okay, cool, it was worth it.
And were you ever like having almost imposter syndrome, like realizing, oh, that's me, like, oh, I did this, or was it like, I'm right where I am, like where I should be?
Actually, surprisingly, I don't think I've ever had that.
You never had imposter syndrome?
No.
Good for you.
Thanks. Not to jinx it. No, I don't know. Touch wood. I don't really care. Again, like I'm just quite nonchalant with a lot of things. It's like, I do this because I love it. And like it comes with perks. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm just a girl.
Yeah. Do you think that that's maybe like what's been the best thing for you? Like your hidden superpower is like not actually caring too much. Like this is just what you genuinely enjoy doing. And like anything that comes against it, like if it's negative comments or if it's like people talking down to you, it's always like what's on your back.
I mean, I think so. Obviously, it doesn't just come to you. You have to master, especially with the negative comments and everything. You cannot just ignore it initially, because if you're new to something like this, you'll have to experience that. You'll have to go through that little depression when you're reading the negative comments, just to realize that you don't need to read them. So you have to kind of feel those feelings in order to realize that why should you care? But yeah, I mean, everything comes from lessons and learning experiences.
Not bad. I mean, if you had to, I don't think that anyone would be able to choose between two passions in life, especially when they're kind of linked. Or what would you prefer, like content creation or being an actress?
Producing, acting.
Yeah.
Literally, that's content creation. So it's the same thing.
It's a one-man movie and then it's a multiple people movie. So yeah, exactly. It's just on a bigger scale. So I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But I mean, acting, do you see yourself like, is there any other career that you would want to choose? Because right now you're acting, directing, and producing, and content creation. Is there anything else that you like would love to do, or that like is on your vision board that you could share with us?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things. I've recently, since last year as well, I've been really interested in business.
Okay.
So I'm just, still trying to see like how I can develop myself bigger in this business aspect and business world. But no,
No?
no.
I mean, I think that it's a really great thing to be content in a sense of like you found your purpose at a young age. So it's like you can spend the rest of your life like really honing in on your talents and honing in on like the field that you're in. Because I feel like if you're trying to do a bunch of other things, you
Yeah,
never,
your attention
yeah,
is very scattered. You should always, this is what I think, unless you have a good attention span and you're actually good at a lot of things, then
Mhm.
yes. But if you aren't, you should focus on few things and get them done
Yeah,
as well as you can.
true. Do
And
you
well, I think so. And
No, I
everybody's
agree with
different.
you. I agree with you. But I mean, do you think that any of the lessons or like the experiences that you had growing up in like the other countries like Ukraine and South Africa impacted the way that you think now?
I think so for sure because I was exposed to more than one culture. So Ukraine, actually Ukrainian people are very close to Arab mentality, I would say, because they are very family orientated. Um, you know how in Arabic culture, well, not Arabic, Muslim culture, I would say that you turn a certain age and your mom and dad like, are you gonna get married now? So we are very much like that as well with our families and quite conservative in that way, in some ways. And then, you know, I learned a bit of that. I moved to South Africa and people are, it's more like, friendly, friends, gatherings, more
Yeah, we
open
love a
minded.
gathering.
Oh my
We
God, I
love a
just want to go
pride.
there for a gathering.
Yeah, we like the whole neighborhood is at the uncle's house.
Seriously.
Everyone's
The
involved.
food is amazing. Oh God.
I can say that.
Yeah.
Honestly, South
Amazing.
African food, top tier.
Top 10 for
Top,
sure.
top. Like there's nothing better.
Yeah.
Fries,
Fries.
Boyki,
Wow.
Gatsby's.
Wow.
Like you can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
But then obviously coming to Dubai, that was like a whole nother world for you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Dubai, I always relate, I always call Dubai a big airport because you
Yeah.
can meet a lot of people here, different nationalities, different cultures, different backgrounds from all over the world in one place. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I love it. It opens so many doors for you if you have your goals set straight and you know what you want. I think you can really make something of yourself here. Obviously, a lot of people also lose themselves here because it's just so much of everything. But again, if you have your ducks in a row, you can really become somebody here. So that's why I'm like, oh,
And I mean, speaking about losing yourself here, because like you said, it's very easy to do that in a city that's so booming and buzzing all the time. You get like caught up in the hustle and bustle of things, following this trend, going to these places, partying with people that you shouldn't be with. How would you advise someone to not get like swallowed into that kind of culture and just remain focused? Because if you, like you said, if you have your ducks in a row and you network with the right people, you can be so successful in Dubai. But also, like, if you go down another path, like, that's not where you want to be. So, how would you advise a woman moving here to, like, stay focused or to go on the right track?
I would say that, for example, choose your crowds wisely. Choose the people you want to hang out with. So, for example, here you have either business-minded people that are usually 24/7 busy. So it's very hard to have a good friendship here because everybody's just so busy. So I have a best friend and I see her once every 3 months. And like we catch up and we live like 15 minutes away from each other.
Mm.
But it's just we're so busy. Uh, yeah. Uh, so just sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
um, it's important to have a nice crowd around you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see people that are constantly in the clubs, constantly like ladies' night, this, that's probably not your crowd if you're trying to build something. Because I've heard this a lot of times that these people that keep on going out to nightclubs and everything, you can see them there every weekend. and they have the same agenda, the same routine. And what do you get out of that?
Yeah.
What do you get out of partying every weekend? Nothing.
But then how would you advise them how to balance having a social life and building a career?
You know what? It's not going to be easy. So you have to pick one initially. You may be very blessed to have your family with you or to find a good friend, but not everybody's lucky like that. I've met a lot of people that are just, they're on their business, but they don't have a social life. So, unless I've seen a lot of apps. I'm not sure if it's true, but I've seen a lot of apps like where you can make friends at like events.
Oh, like networking.
Like networking, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there we go, networking.
Yeah.
If you want a nice business bestie, you go to a networking event, you find somebody that you like, as a friend, obviously, like we're talking about friendships. And you'll find like-minded people there. So,
And when you moved here, finding your circle, like you said, and finding your feet here, how was that process for you? I mean, you were used to like relocating because from Ukraine to South Africa, so you had done once before. But was it daunting, like when you found out, like, oh, we're moving again?
No, it was exciting. I didn't know much about Dubai when I moved here. So I had to do a lot of research. And when I moved here, obviously I didn't have any friends or anything. But people here were very friendly, and I made instantly like a really nice friend. I was lucky. I was one of the lucky ones. I made a really nice friend, and she showed me around. She introduced me to Dubai. Initially I didn't even live in Dubai. I was living in Ajman. So like we were going
During lockdown?
before,
Okay.
because I came before the lockdown.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
And then you found your feet after that.
yeah,
But I mean, was there no part of you that was like sad to leave?
no.
Really? How sad to leave South Africa? So you're just excited about the new journey?
I just take things as as they come.
I think that's really healthy lesson. Not, I wouldn't say detachment, just like,
No, but detachment is the thing. Like like the law of detachment.
yeah,
Yeah.
but just like letting it flow, like whatever happens, happens, and just like rolling with the punches.
Yeah, like don't always let things happen just because they have to happen. You can always have that control over things for sure. But you don't have to stay in one place. We have the freedom of moving, freedom of experiencing new things. So I'm one of those people that having new experiences is very valuable to me. Seeing new places is valuable. So I'm just like, that's what I like. I enjoy it.
Do you think that this would be the last stop on the destination, or do you see yourself relocating again?
I see myself here like
Really? Where and how soon?
Well, I'm not sure, but I really want to go.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
LA.
Well, yeah. I want to see LA. I want to see New York. I've never been to the US before. And that is something that I do like. That style of a country, like America, is where you are able to walk, but you are able to drive, and it's big and it's business, and you can make something of yourself. So it's just like a mixture of everything that I like. So
I would have just said LA purely at the fact that Hollywood and like movies and that being like your passion, like that seems like the place that would like facilitate that dream.
Yeah, it used to be true before that you have to be in Hollywood or you have to be in America to make movies or be an actress. But look how easy it is to make a company here in Dubai.
Yeah.
You have a production company and you make a movie. Okay, it's not easy, but it's possible. So if you have a really good movie that looks American style and everything coming out of Dubai, that, Dubai becomes the new Hollywood.
I mean, a lot of the Hollywood movies was shot here. Like scenes of it. Like there's Fast and Furious was shot in Abu Dhabi. Like there's a whole Dune. Exactly. Like a whole bunch of them are shot here. So if anything, it just kind of does make sense. You don't have to be there in order to succeed if it's like the same style of filming.
Yeah.
But was that like your inspiration? Like it has to look like that?
Um,
Really?
yeah.
So you were like, I need to be as close to Hollywood as physically possible.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I told like we are Hollywood.
oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it was like
We
hidden
are
in-
Hollywood.
It was that mentality. Like,
Yeah.
no one say anything else. This is
Yeah.
Hollywood. Like, just
Yeah.
imagine that that's the backdrop when we exit the studio, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was it. But I mean, I love the fact that you are content, but you're still driven in terms of like, I want to do this and I want to move here and I want to meet these people. Honestly, I see you in like the next couple of years at the Oscars. I'm just saying, like, I'm manifesting it for you.
I'm manifesting that every day.
I can see it now. And when you accept your Oscar, then you need to be like, oh, I remember when Kirsten said that back in the podcast.
Watch that one podcast.
Right? And then come back to this video, like in a couple years time, see, I knew that was going to happen. I mean, what would you say to any other woman that has a dream, but that she's just sitting with it because she thinks that it's not possible for her to achieve it?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, you have to understand that if you have a dream and you really believe in it, you should act on it, right? And again, like we spoke about this earlier, some women don't have the ability to like to those connections, right? To the right connections. So I would always say speak out. You know, the first thing you can do is actually speak out about. So if you have an idea, and the first thing you need to do is speak to the right people, or you know, they will guide you, or this. So the first thing is speaking out about something that you want to do, and people will always guide you or help you, or even if they don't help you and you have to do this by yourself, there's so many ways to skin the cat, you know. Sorry,
No, I like it.
It's true, you know. We have the internet, we have online, there's a lot of people that, so you have to identify the field that you want to be in and what you want to do, and you have to do your research. So the first thing, you know, it starts with you. You have to do your research, you have to speak to people, you have to find out more about your dream, how to make it happen. So you kind of make this a diagram plan, and then you start reaching out to people.
I love that. I love that because I always say that, like, if someone has a dream but they're not putting in the work ethic in order to achieve it, it's just going to stay a dream.
Yeah.
But if you work towards it so hard, it becomes naturally or statistically impossible for you to not achieve it.
Totally impossible not to achieve it.
Because there's no reason why it won't be achieved. I mean, imagine, think of it like a gold mine. If you're like knocking day in, day out, you're eventually going to hit gold. Like, it's not physically possible that you won't if it's in a gold mine. So just putting in the work ethic, putting in like the passion and the determination in order to achieve it, there's no reality in which it won't be yours.
Yeah, you will totally, it will happen.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it's just about maintaining it when you have it. Do you ever get to that stage where you're like, I have everything, and now you kind of like get relaxed, then you're like, you stop working as hard? Do you fall into that slump?
You know, hate to say it, but yeah, I did.
I know it.
I used to, but I don't know if it's good or bad, because I used to be very dedicated to social media. Like, I would post almost daily, a couple of times a day. I would film 3 or 4 times a week, and I had a dedicated 24-hour team just for this, you know. And then when I started doing this feature film, and when I put all my energy and effort into one thing, the social media kind of became not as exciting anymore, I think. And it's bad because this was my bridge towards it, so I still have to water it, you know. But at the same time, I just kind of got bored of what I was doing, because I feel like I put so much effort and dedication into something bigger that making videos about 50-50 with a cardboard box was not as exciting anymore as it used to be, you know. So this is my struggle right now. I'm trying to get back into social media.
But then, okay, mentally, I mean, I understand that, like, maybe feeling a tad guilt, like to say, oh, I've gotten this platform from doing this, and now I'm neglecting those people, like, in order to pursue like what really makes me happy.
Yeah.
Is that what
But-
you're dealing with?
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, I'm sure everybody will understand when they see it.
Yeah, like, oh, that was worth it.
It was totally
We
worth
missed
it.
you, but thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just, again, something that I was doing before, but it's just like on a bigger scale. And I totally believe if you want to do something properly, you have to put your energy and effort into it. And yep. So I don't like scarce
Yeah.
attention. Just one thing.
I get that too because, like, if I get complacent, like, for me, if the systems are running well on its own and everything's functioning the way that it is, then I kind of go into it like, okay, cool. And I get lazy because I'm like, what I built is working, and then I stop building.
Yeah.
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 Right?
Yeah. You see, we cannot let that happen. We cannot do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's like you have to like check yourself, like, the house isn't done yet. Like,
Yeah.
that was one room. Like, you
Yeah.
still get up.
Yeah. You build, you achieve. You build, you
Yes.
achieve. Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the times when you're in that process of like building, you're so focused on the end product that then when you get there, you forget that, oh, that's just the one foundation. You still need to like add on, the concrete. You need to add the bricks. You need
Yeah.
to do the scaffolding. Like, there's so much things that you need
Building
to do.
never stops.
Yes, and you'll keep building, but it's like once you've achieved like one check, then it's like,
I mean, honestly, we totally deserve a break.
I know, but then when you get it, you're like, okay, I'll give myself this break, and then you get used to the break, and then it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not done yet. Then you have to like throw yourself back in. That's why I asked him, because I literally just dealt with this as well, and then I had to like snap back into it, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not done yet. Okay, I need to keep working on
But
that.
I think it's healthy because, for example, if you've been working so hard on something,
Mhm.
and then you take it in and you relax a bit until the moment you realize that you have the passion to work again. So I think it's work-life balance, because
Yes.
if you like work, you'll get
A
burnout.
yeah.
And then you'll not enjoy it. So you still kind of have to balance it out so you have fun.
Yeah. I think as long as you're enjoying the process, it'll never feel like work.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna, and I always say this because someone asked me recently, like, how do you start your passion, or how do you like get into like whatever the career of your dreams, and how do you identify what it is? And my advice to them was that when you find your passion, your purpose is directly linked to it, because whatever you enjoy doing, figure out a way to monetize it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying like, okay, if you enjoy going to the club, like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But like, if you enjoy being creative, there's
Yeah.
avenues for that. If you enjoy being an organizer, there's avenues for that. Just figuring out how to monetize your skill and then putting in your passion, because then you won't burn out. But if
Yeah.
you're gonna choose something like, I mean, I'm bad at maths, so if I'm gonna go into accounting, I'm gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
If I'm just doing it for the money, because I'm going to really struggle, I'm not going to enjoy it. Eventually, I'm going to quit because there's no passion driving that force. And you, loving theater from like the youngest age, you will always have this drive and this fire and this passion in you. Like, there's no way that it could burn out.
Yeah. Never choose anything just purely for the money.
Yeah.
Money follows. You do something you love, you enjoy it, and then the money will always follow.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm sure that I think maybe they kind of predicted that you would do something like this, like your family, because you loved for so
I don't
long.
think so.
Really? Were they kind of shocked when you told them?
Which part?
Content, and then actress, producer, director.
No, I mean, when I was doing theatrical plays and everything, I always wanted to study acting and go to a proper school and
Mhm.
everything. And then my parents didn't really see it as a career. They, I remember they were like, yeah, 0 point something % of people actually make money out of it.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a starving artist, kind of, no.
And you're like, I want to do this. Let me live.
And then when I started content creation, they were supportive. They were like, they loved the videos and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I actually became successful and made money out of that, they didn't really understand how it works,
Mm-hmm.
Initially, until they saw like, okay, she's fine. Like,
She doesn't need us anymore, so let's just support her.
yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, when you told them that, like, about like the movie and things like that, the feature film, what was the reaction?
Again, they were very supportive. Like from the beginning, they were like, "Okay, cool." I read them drafts and drafts of scripts, and they always listened, and
Mhm.
they loved the idea. They were always a listening ear. And also, I think now that they see that it's happening, I can see that they are proud.
Mhm.
And like for example, my mom, we traveled to Spain to film this, and my mom was like an assistant production manager.
How cute.
So like, she was really busy, and then she loved it. We came back and she was like, can I have this as my job?
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, the job is yours.
Okay, okay. So I love that. I love
Family business.
that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really important also to have a good support system around you, especially in such like a demanding industry. It's not easy. Entertainment's it's a brutal industry to go through, and having people that love and care for you and want the best for you, I think that you got really lucky in terms of
Yeah.
that because it's
Yeah.
really difficult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people that weren't as lucky as you that want to be in the industry, obviously it's advocating for yourself, setting boundaries, like drawing lines on certain
For
things.
sure.
You've experienced it, I'm sure. What
For sure.
advice would you give to starving actresses?
Nothing is worth your mental health. There is ways to get to your goals, cleanly and straightforward. But you know how they say Hollywood. Like for example, we're talking about this topic,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how they say Hollywood is dirty because people sell their souls and this, and what that means is basically, people sell their bodies or that, or and you get the
We
idea.
get it.
Um, you have that everywhere. It's not just America. It's like all over the world. You'll have this. You'll have to deal, like, as a woman. You will always meet with men. They're like, okay, you want that? Okay, but I want something else. Even though you have the most perfect business plan and you came dressed super professional and there's not a hint of anything. You'll still get that. So just set your boundaries to the point where you will not accept something like, you will not accept a man speaking to you like that, or asking you for that. You have your idea, you have your business plan. You'll meet somebody with the right morals and everything, so you don't have to jump in at the first person you meet that tells you like, okay, you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Because you'll always suffer from that.
Mhm.
It stays with you mentally, and
I know, I get
you
it.
get what I mean. So, avoid people like that, because there's a lot of them. And when I say avoid, you cannot physically avoid them because they will always be there. But just tell them to.
Let's keep that one out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, just touching on this because, like you said, when you're a woman and even if you're dressed, appropriately and you come in with a good business plan, they'll still try their luck. You are stunning. And I'm sure that you had to fight off a lot of unwanted attention. But have you ever had to like prove your worth in terms of like, I am actually emotionally and mentally intelligent. I know myself
Every
because
day.
they see a pretty face and they assume that she's an airhead. Have you ever had to...
Every day.
Oh, okay. So
Every day.
this is a constant theme then.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you are incredibly like emotionally mature. Like it's really rare that you find someone that's well outspoken, because a lot of the times women think that if they hold back, then that makes them more appeasable, it makes them more palatable. But you're very outspoken in terms of like, this is the way it is, this is my opinion, and it commends you because I respect women that can advocate for themselves. But I mean, like you said, you have to constantly prove that. Is it exhausting for you?
It is. I got to the point where I literally before I used to be super nice about it. I'll go into a meeting and then I can see that things are going left. And, again, I would sit there and I'd be like nice. I'd be like, okay, you know what? It's fine. It's a business meeting. You need these people. Like, just be nice. Don't say anything bad.
Mhm.
Now, no. Like, if I'm sitting in front of you and you just say one wrong thing, like, I'm speaking about men.
Yeah.
No. Like, out of the door. And until today, I still deal with this every single day where a man will try their luck and then they will try to discourage me. Actually, this is the worst thing, it's like when they don't get what they want, they discourage you. And they tell you like you're not good enough or your business idea is not good enough or this or that.
Simply because you rejected them.
Simply because you rejected them. And then they will see they will see the end process, and then again, it's not even worth proving anybody wrong, because who cares? Like, these people are, what do they have as a brain? A peanut. I'm not in that sense. They probably have a good brain because they got to where they are. But in just a common sense is like a peanut. They don't have a maturity, or they know how to speak to a woman. They just think everybody's easy.
Yeah.
And like nobody can speak out for themselves. So I don't like those men. Just, and in general, it's very annoying.
But I mean, now you said that you have gotten much better at like drawing the line initially, like not even entertaining the conversation. Has this ever like cost you a big deal or a big?
Yeah.
Oh, so there has been like sometimes where you've turned down like.
Yeah, a lot of times. Like, actually, like a few months ago. No, was it? Let's say a few months ago. I had an investor, like a big investor, for my project.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to turn into a relationship, basically.
Mm-hmm.
He, I'll invest, but it would be more appropriate if you were my girlfriend, because then I would invest more. And obviously I said no. And he just told me, I don't believe in your project. And he like totally...
You believed in him the second, huh?
He totally pulled everything out. And then I blocked him everywhere. And I was so petty. Just like like almost a month ago, I unblocked him and I sent him the video, like a short thing of a trailer. And I blocked him again.
Love that.
Sometimes petty is good.
You can be a little petty. I'm so sorry, but I love, like I always say, everyone that knows me knows that like my most productive thoughts, actions, like anything that I build stems from revenge. Yeah. Like being petty. Like I'm always the one that wants to show you like, I did it.
Yeah. Do it twice.
Right? Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to play rapid fire questions with you.
Let's do it.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Really? Okay. Ukrainian, English, Arabic. When are you angry? What do you use?
English.
Really?
Yeah.
That's no fun. I love swearing at people in different languages. It's the most one that they don't know what I'm saying. I can't show you an example now, but I'll tell you afterwards. Best thing about Dubai, worst thing about Dubai.
Best thing about Dubai, networking. Worst thing about Dubai, traffic.
Yes. Yeah. But it's not that bad anymore.
No, it's pretty bad.
Summer.
It's summer. Still traffic.
Really? I don't know, just to be honest. I don't drive. I only drive people insane. So I don't know. Most overrated part about being an influencer.
Going to events.
You don't like it?
No.
Okay. The comment that you have read the most times.
Same comment?
Yeah.
That I'm good at marketing.
Love that. One brand that you would still love to work with.
A luxury jewelry brand.
Which one?
Bulgari, Cartier.
Are you listening?
Hello.
Okay. Direct, act, or write. Pick one that you could only do for the rest of your life. Oh. I didn't write the question.
Oh. Well, I think I would say direct.
Direct?
Yeah.
Is this the whole...
Aladi.
Okay. Finish the sentence. Nobody tells you that fame
is easy.
Love that.
Oh,
love
just
that.
came to my mind. I didn't think about
this. Okay, last question. If this is the last or the only podcast that a woman listens to for the rest of the year, what would you want it to take away from this conversation?
You can do anything you want to do as long as you have a goal detailed and you know that this is exactly what you want to do. So don't give up, continue. The right support will always show up if you ask for it. And you just have to go out there looking for it and not stop when something gets hard. Just continue and then you'll achieve the goal. Seriously.
I love
No, I love that.
You're so sweet. Well, thank you, Vlada, for joining us in the carpool today.
Thanks
You've
for
been
having me.
amazing. Thank you for being honest and transparent about all the experiences, about what the cameras come with.
Yeah, it's fun. Cool. Thanks for having me. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast.
If you'd like to connect with Vlada, her details will be listed in the description below. This has been Carpool with Kirsten, brought to you by Fame Club. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next in my passenger seat. And until then, remember, you aren't the platform that you started on. You're everything that you do next. See you next time. Okay, team, let's roll out.